One.
Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Dirk, and I'll be moderating this call. Thank you for joining our live virtual annual meeting. If you have a question or comment on your mind, at the end of this meeting, you can leave us a message. Just stay on the line. Then someone from United staff will get back to you in the coming days. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce United Cooperative Services General Manager and CEO, Cameron Smallwood.
Thank you, Dirk. Thanks, everyone, for taking time to participate in today's annual meeting. It was sure good to see many of you today at our membership appreciation lunches. We really enjoyed spending time with you today. So if you didn't have the opportunity to attend, we sure hope you will in the future if you do it this way again. While this might not be the new normal for conducting the annual meeting, we still will be picking lots of door prize winners from those who call in, those who visited today at our offices, and those who log on over computer. And we have a lot of door prizes, as we always do. We will announce the winners of the $1,000 grand prize, the $500 grand prize, and the $250 prize for those who voted by mail at the conclusion of tonight's business meeting. And we thank all of our vendors for their generous contributions to our many door prizes. Most prizes will be in the form of gift cards that we'll mail to the winners or bill credits that will be applied to an upcoming bill. However, one of you participating tonight who stays with us till the end of the meeting will be a winner of a $2,500 cash prize. Our meeting vendor will provide us that at the end of the meeting tonight, and we'll announce it to you. So if you're on this call tonight and your number's in our member database, or if you're watching online and we can match your name to an account, you have a chance to win one of the many, many prizes. Again, we'll let the winners know over the next few days. I'll now turn the meeting over to United Board of Directors President, Patsy Dumas.
Thank you, Cameron. On behalf of the United Cooperative Service Board of Directors and employees, welcome to the 2021 annual meeting of your electric cooperative. Now, I officially call this meeting to order. Those who voted by mail represent a quorum for the meeting. This marks the 83rd year United has provided its membership with reliable, affordable, and exceptional service and value. During our meeting each year, I take great pride in the fact that we can proudly honor God, our flag, and our country. On behalf of your Board of Directors and all United members, we thank and honor all current and former servicemen and women. Thank you for serving your country and for providing our freedoms. I'll now ask United Cooperative Services CEO Cameron Smallwood to give the invocation.
Thank you, Patsy, if you'd pray. Lord, we thank you for this wonderful day that we're able to have this annual meeting to celebrate this electric cooperative. We thank you for our members that are participating and those that weren't able to participate tonight. We ask that your safety and protection be upon them as we go forth. We ask for your wisdom as we continue to operate this electric cooperative for exceptional service and value for our members' benefit. We ask that you continue to be with our country, even though there's many challenges right now, that you'll give wisdom to those in power, and that you'll be with our troops as they serve here and abroad, that you'll bless us all. And thank you for this wonderful day. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Cameron. Joining tonight's annual meeting is your elected Board of Directors, and that includes Larry Bays. He's your Vice President, and he serves southwestern Erath, Hamilton, and Bosque County. Tommy Cantrell is your Secretary-Treasurer. He serves eastern Erath, western Hood, northern Bosque, and northern Somerville counties. Clifford Deal is Director of eastern Johnson County, Alvarado, Venus, and Grandview. Ed Cardone serves Lake Granbury area and northeast Hood County. John Jones serves King, Joshua, and Godley. Harry Thompson serves Possum Kingdom area and Palo Pinto County area. And I represent the members of the Burleson-Mansfield area. I can't remember a year in which we, both at United and as Americans, have dealt with so many challenges. Of course, all of us have modified many things in our lives due to COVID and the rules and recommendations that seem to be changing almost on a daily basis. Then in February, we encountered one of the biggest operational challenges in your cooperative's history. Winter Storm Uri caused unprecedented complexities within the ERCOT market. ERCOT manages the flow of electric power to more than 26 million Texas consumers, including our United membership. For nearly 5 full days, ERCOT mandated electric distribution utilities, including United, as you well know, to conduct controlled rotating outages to protect the grid. While we are fully aware that this was an undesirable way by all of our members to handle this, I have to say that compared to other utilities across the state, we did it right. We spread the outages out as much as we could and limited the times that you were out to 30 to 40 minutes at a time. A major criticism of many Texas utilities was of inadequate communications before and during the event. However, United was singled out and commended by state senators and representatives for leveraging a multi-pronged communication plan of social media, news media, radio, website, email, and texting. As many of you know, wholesale electricity prices spiked to $9 per kilowatt hour during most of the storm. That's a far cry from the 6 cents United is usually charged. As a result, United's wholesale power provider, Brazos Electric Cooperative, elected to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on March 1st. In a few minutes, Cameron will provide some more information about where United stands in this process. But just like we took measures following the storm to help our members challenged by record energy consumption, I can assure you that your cooperative's management and board of directors is doing everything possible to prevent a big bill from flowing to our members. Again, we're doing everything possible to prevent a big bill from flowing to our membership. At our February board meeting, your board of directors voted to approve measures to help the membership cope with challenges resulting from the winter storm. Relief measures included suspension of disconnect for non-pay, relaxing deposit requirements, suspension of late fees, and offering deferred payment plans. Unfortunately, a byproduct of not knowing how the Brazos bankruptcy will turn out has forced a change in United's member dividend program. For the past 37 consecutive years, United has returned a percentage of member equity in their cooperatives. However, as both conservative and prudent considerations relating to the Brazos bankruptcy, a return of this year of member dividends will not occur. We hope to have a positive resolution to the Brazos bankruptcy that will allow us to restart this program in future years. That said, a rate adjustment originally planned to take effect in April was postponed, helping to defray heightened member concerns about the impact of the February storm. In effect, the delay rate adjustment in April resulted in a $6 million rate decrease for members, or an amount that is approximately equivalent to what this year's member dividend would have been. Turning to a little more positive news, we have now connected about 8,000 members to our high-speed internet service, and those people are loving it. We know there are thousands more waiting anxiously to get connected, and our folks are working to bring it to you as quickly as possible. In fact, we are ahead of the business plan and intend to stay that way during the 5-year build-out process. Before I turn the meeting over to Cameron, please know that the United employees, management, and board of directors continue to be committed to the mission of exceptional service and value, all while being physically responsible. As your board, we will continue to be fiscally responsible to our members and look forward to the bright future. In closing, I want all of you to know that United Cooperative Service will continue to deliver on our promise of exceptional service and value. Thank you for participating in the annual meeting and for being an active participant of the cooperative business model. At this time, Secretary-Treasurer Tommy Cantrell will give his report. Tommy?
Thank you, Madam President. I, Tommy Cantrell, Secretary-Treasurer of United Cooperative Services, state that on September 28, 2021, a notice of the annual meeting was mailed at my direction to each member of the cooperative. The notice contained agenda for the annual meeting and was mailed in accordance with bylaws of the cooperative. Let the notice of the annual meeting and the proof of mailing be annexed to the minutes of this meeting. As has been customary, we would entertain a motion to waive the reading of the minutes of the 2020 annual meeting. We have a motion. Do we have a second? Second. We have a second. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? No opposed. The minutes have been accepted as presented. I now turn the meeting back over to President Dennis.
At this time, please welcome United Attorney Rick Sorensen from the law firm McDonald Sanders. Rick will oversee the voting process.
Our next order of business, Madam President, is the voting process. This year, 3 of your cooperative's 7 director positions are scheduled for election. The director positions for district numbers 3, 4, and 5. I'd like at this time to introduce Danny Watson, the Nominations Committee Vice Chairman, to present his report as part of this process.
In accordance with the bylaws, a committee on nominations was appointed by the Board of the Directors, consisting of myself, Kurt Yeager, Laurel McCracken, Jeffrey Taylor, Marcia Gutenfelder, Gerald Street, and Dennis Hughes. The Committee on Nominations met on the 13th day of April 2021 with a quorum present. The meeting was conducted at the headquarters office of the cooperative in Burleson, Texas, and the committee nominated in District 3, Tommy Cantrell, District 4, Clifford Deal, and in District 5, John Jones.
Danny, thanks for that report and for your and the committee's service. At this time, I'd like to ask that the record reflect that the report of the Committee on Nominations is to be filed with the Secretary and added to the minutes of this annual meeting of the members. In accordance with the bylaws, a ballot was mailed to each member of record on August 27, 2021. The accounting firm of Calvetti Ferguson has taken custody of the ballots received and has counted the ballots. With voting by mail complete, the voting process is complete. I now turn the meeting back to you, Madam President.
Thank you, Rick. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce our General Manager and CEO, Cameron Smallwood.
Thank you, Patsy, and good evening, everyone. I'm glad that you've taken some time this evening to join us. And I'd like to spend a few minutes with you to update sort of what's going on at your cooperative right now. And if you have any questions, as was said earlier, please enter those online and we'll get back with you. Or you can hold at the end of the call and leave a message there. You can reach out to our website under Contact Us, or you can just call in any of your local offices next week, and we'd be glad to take your questions, whatever those may be. As I always do, for those of you that have heard me speak, I always begin anything I talk about your cooperative is about our mission of providing exceptional service and value. It's a very simple mission statement, but it means so much to our employees and our board of directors. We're laser focused on providing you exceptional service and value, which is way above and beyond what you typically get of other companies, and I believe we meet that pretty well. I want to talk a little bit about your co-op tonight. We're growing. We're growing faster than we've grown in probably 20 years, which some of you probably don't like that fact. Some of you probably do. But we're growing at about 5%, and that's quite a bit of growth for us. We're approaching 100,000 meters. We haven't hit that point yet, but that makes us one of the larger cooperatives in the state and even in the nation. And we're just proud to serve our members and so many of you. And and Johnson and Erath and Bosque and other counties around. We really appreciate the opportunity to serve you. We've been able to retire and return much member equity to you in the past, and as Patsy mentioned, unfortunately we've got some challenges this year, which we continue to talk about. I hope you read your monthly Texas Co-op Power, because we give a lot of information in the magazine each month that we send to each of our members, and that's the easiest way for you to stay in touch with what's going on at your cooperative, and we continue to give updates on that status of everything going on, and I sure hope you'll take time to read that each month. Obviously, we've had some challenges, as Patsy brought up this year, the pandemic. We've continued to fight through that. The good news is I believe we've weathered that storm as good as we can as your cooperative, and our offices are open and ready to serve you, and we've been able to work through that, so I'm pleased with that. Obviously, in February, we had this little thing called Winter Storm Uri, and one of the comments I tend to use about Winter Storm Uri, sometimes we like to do things big in Texas, and we sure did something big in Texas here, and I sort of call it a failure. And y'all have heard me speak, many of you have read my articles about this. We believe that things could have happened much better in Texas, and they unfortunately didn't, and I'm hoping we're going to learn a lot from it. I will tell you right now, I hope it's better than it looks right now, but right now, if we had that same winter weather today, unfortunately, I think a lot of the same things would happen. So we're hopeful that the Public Utility Commission and that the ERCOT is working through several different rulemakings right now in hopes to make things better prior to the coming winter. And so none of that work has been completed at this point. Also, generators across the state are working feverishly to try to better winterize prior to the coming winter, and so hopefully a lot of that work is done, but as y'all are aware, it's hard to get workers right now to do anything, and so that challenge has presented itself to many of those around the state. So I hope you just share a prayer with me that we don't have to relive that February storm again, but we still are dealing with some impacts, and Patsy alluded to a few of those. But had we gotten billed from Brazos what is estimated to have been billed, and that didn't happen, we've charged you everything that Brazos has charged us to this point, but there is an amount that's still holding at Brazos inside of the bankruptcy that hasn't been billed to us, and that is estimated to be about $1.80 per kilowatt hour. And so if you were to take that and apply it to your February usage, I'd say most members' average February usage was about 3,000 kilowatt hours. And so if you do the quick math there, that bill could have been as high as $5,000 or $6,000. And obviously, we did not feel like it was appropriate to send a bill like that to you. Right now, we're doing everything we can to avoid doing anything like that. And I think we're on a good track to protect you, our membership, from something like that. The one thing that the legislature did do for us in this past session is they did authorize electric cooperatives to securitize any amounts related to Winter Storm Uri. And so our process right now is to continue to work through the bankruptcy court, through the Brazos bankruptcy, to manage those costs as much as possible through the bankruptcy process. And then anything that does get sent as a bill to the different member cooperatives of Brazos is that we'll be able to use the securitization process as approved by the Texas legislature to spread that cost out over a long period of time, so it'll have minimal, hopefully, impact on your monthly bills. So that's our plan right now, and we'd be glad to answer any questions if you'd like to have any more. But we've got a road ahead of us. The Brazos bankruptcy process has national attention right now, and there's quite a bit to go in that process, and it's probably going to drag on until the first quarter of next year, if not the second quarter of next year. But know this, your board of directors has hired some of the best professionals to represent you, the members, inside the bankruptcy process at Brazos, and we're doing everything we can to represent you in the way that you would want to be represented. And so I'm very pleased with the professionals that we have working with us. To talk about costs a little bit more, you watch our rate watch. I'll show you a chart on that here in a little bit for those that are watching over the computer. One of the things that I love to brag about is our employee group and how efficient they are. And I have a chart right now. If you can't see the chart, it shows that we do a lot more with our employees than most co-ops of our like size, which means that it keeps costs down for you, the members. And we've got an exceptional group of employees that really understands their purpose, and they understand why they're here, and they serve you very well. And many of those that I talked to today at our different offices that I was able to attend at our membership appreciation days today told me about how happy you are with your cooperative and how great a job the employees do, and I can't agree with you more. And so a very efficient group of employees leads to lower cost for you, the members, and you see it on your bill every month. The next chart I show shows that our average operation and maintenance cost is about $344 per meter per year. And the average cooperative of our size across the nation spends about $385 per meter per year. So we're a good 10 to 12% lower than cooperatives of our like size, and we still have a really high level of service that we provide you. So again, your energy dollar goes much further with United than it would with many others. And so we're very proud of that as well. Patsy mentioned to you that we purposefully delayed a rate adjustment. We haven't had a rate adjustment in a long time, and this is specifically the money that comes to United to run the distribution system that we run for our members. And I'm pleased to report that when you compare us against sort of the competition that we serve in and around, being Encore and Texas New Mexico Power, we're still, even after the adjustment, significantly less than those two utilities on our rates for distributing the energy to you, and we're very proud of that. And we don't take rate adjustments lightly. We do everything we can possible before we have to implement that, and it's been a long time since we've had to do it. And so we're doing that this year, and we hope that this adjustment, based on our projections, will last at least 5 to 6 years into the future. And so hopefully we're able to achieve more than that, but we're expecting at least 5 to 6 years out of this rate increase. One of the challenges that we have coming, and you probably have started to see some tidbits in the news, is the cost of natural gas is going up dramatically right now. In ERCOT, a significant portion of the cost of generation relies on the cost of natural gas. And so as natural gas prices move up, so does cost of electricity in the wholesale market. The bad news there is that translates into higher bills for our members. And that's not on the distribution side, that's on the power side. So the Brazos cost that's passed through without any markup to you is likely going to go up significantly as we go forward. If you look at Europe and what's happening there right now, utility companies are failing every day due to the astronomical gas prices that are happening there. Their gas prices are reaching $40 per MMBTU, where prices here have reached up to almost $6 per MMBTU. So thankfully we don't have the situation going on in Europe, but we do have a challenging situation that's coming in the future, and we're making plans right now and have over the past month to try to slow that down from an impact to your bill, and we continue to work with Brazos on that right now. And so I want you to know, though, prices are going up, and that's something that you should look forward to as we go forward. So with that brought up, as your electric cooperative, we do everything we can to help you use as little of our product as possible. And so if you haven't had an energy audit with us, we do that for free, and we come to your home and help you figure out how to use less energy. Please call our office and let us help you with that. The next chart I show is our rate chart. So every month in our Texas Co-op Power magazine, we actually show you what our rates are compared to everybody around us. And we show it compared to the Texas average and the Encore REP average, et cetera. And so there's a lot of bars on that chart. And you'll see and have noticed that we've been at the low end of that chart for some time. We do see that prices will be going up all across Texas. We think we'll continue to maintain that low position. But notice that our solar program is providing our members some really good rebates right now or lower power cost. We do have that program locked. I think we have a question that's already been posted about that. Unfortunately, we're not expanding that right now because we're waiting on the Brazos bankruptcy process to complete. There is a really important contract that we signed as a three-party contract between Brazos, us, and a third-party solar company that we use to support the solar. And we don't know if that contract's going to continue right now, so we've temporarily put a moratorium on signing up new members. But we do have about 6,000 members participating in our solar program right now, and we hope to open that program up in the very near future again once we have certainty. But the good news is, even if you're not on the solar program, you're still the lowest cost in comparison to those around us, which is great news. Now I'm going to move on to a different topic now because many of you are wanting to know more about the Internet project, and it's going very well. I've got a slide up that talks about just some of the general things about the project, but it's a 5-year project, and I've got to remind everybody that we're about 1.5 years into a 5-year project. And so I know there is some frustration in some parts of our service territory right now that you don't have Internet yet, and I understand that frustration, but remember when you voted, we told you this was going to be a 5-year project. So unfortunately, we can't snap our fingers and do all this work at one time. It does take some time to spend almost $200 million that we're going to spend to put Internet out there. But what I can say is a lot of members are enjoying the fact that they do have exceptional Internet now. And so I talked to a number of you today that have some really good stories about what you were not able to do before that you can do now that you have reliable Internet. And we hope those stories multiply significantly in the couple of years to come. We have over 7,500 members that are connected. It's almost 8,000 now. We're trying to install as many of those as we can. We have a pretty long list of installs. And I will tell you this, we've hired every contractor we can hire. Every contractor we have found available to work on this project. And unfortunately, we can't find any more. They're just not out there. And so we're doing everything that we can to work with the existing contractors we hired to speed this along as much as possible. But we have hit some limitations there. The other thing that hopefully doesn't affect us, and you're probably hearing more about this here the last few weeks, is the supply chain problems that are occurring across the country. It's affecting us as well on the Internet side and the electric side. Thankfully, we have some of the best supply chain people working for us in the country, and we've been able to stay ahead of it so far. But there are some challenges probably for the next 16 months in our industry as far as being able to get the parts and pieces to continue to expand our electric and our fiber system. So that is yet another headwind that we're hitting right now. But so far, we've been able to jump those hurdles and continue construction without impacts to the project. Online, our website, ucs.net, you can see sort of the project status at any time by going to the Internet page. And if you haven't signed up for the Internet at this point in time, we would suggest you do that so we can get you on the list and make sure that we are covering you as soon as we get to you. So I just appreciate the ability to serve you, the members, and that's sort of what I'd like to finish with. I've got on the chart here our ACSI score, American Customer Satisfaction Index score. And every quarter, or actually every month, we're calling our members, and then the company, the ACSI company that we work with, summarizes 3 months of scores to us each quarter. And so far, we continue to knock it out of the park. And what that means is our members are grading our employee group very highly. And I just appreciate you taking time to do the surveys because we use the survey information that you answer. And a lot of you will put questions in those surveys, and we get back with you and answer those things. So if you do get a survey question sent to you by email or by phone, please respond to that because it lets us know how we're doing. Whether it's good or bad, we want to know. Because if it's bad, we can't fix it if we don't know it. And we do appreciate our members basically reaching out to us and let us know when we can do better, because we definitely always want to do that. The last 4 quarters, we're scoring a little bit over a 90, and you can see how we compare to others, and we're blowing it out of the sea, if you will. So it's good news, and we continue to expect that to go forward. But if we're not meeting your expectations, we sure want to know it. So please let us know. Otherwise, thank you for attending tonight, and we're going to continue on with our business meeting. And so I'll pass it back to Patsy.
Thank you, Cameron. At this time, I ask Kenneth Von Tunglen from the accounting firm Calvetti Ferguson to announce the results of the election.
Thank you, Madam President. It's my pleasure to present the results this year again. I, Kenneth L. Von Tunglen, CPA, representative of the accounting firm Calvetti Ferguson, do hereby certify that the election of the directors and voting were fairly and impartially conducted at the annual meeting of the members of United Cooperative Service held on the 15th day of October 2021. That I received the votes of the members cast by mail, since the annual meeting this year is virtual, there will be no reported votes cast in person. The following members received the votes opposite their names and that the following votes were cast. District 3, Tommy Cantrell received 4,279 votes. District 4, Clifford Dill received 4,202 votes. District 5, John Jones received 4,214 votes. There were 78 invalid votes. Write-in votes, we received 1, District 3, Robert Wood. There were no other write-in votes. I further direct that the following persons were duly elected as directors to hold office for 3 years or until their successors have been duly elected and qualified. District 3, Tommy Cantrell. District 4, Clifford Dill. District 5, John Jones. I, Kenneth L. Von Tunglen, CPA, certify that the above results are true and correct, and I will present my certification next week when I have it finalized. Madam President.
Thank you, Kenneth. Please annex to the minutes of the meeting the count of the election signed by the accounting firm representative. We know the prize drawing is a major highlight of the meeting. Like last year, we'll be doing it a little differently. All members who attended today's member appreciation events or who were dialed in or logged on and whose phone number or name can be associated with their United account are eligible for this year's drawing for gift cards, bill credits, and other prizes. Our meeting vendor, who provided the virtual platform for tonight's meeting, will randomly select winners. In the next few days, we will be contacting each of the lucky winners to let them know what they have won. We also will post a list of the winners on the United website. However, we will announce at this time the winners of the cash prizes for those members who voted in this year's director election. They are $250 to Merle Post of Hyco, $500 to Gary Hudson of Toller, and $1,000 to Jamie Teague of Toller. Congratulations to these 3 members. And if you stayed with us for the entire annual meeting, we will now draw for the $2,500 prize. It is my pleasure to announce Paul Lawler of Dublin has won the $2,500 prize today. Now, if you have questions or input for your cooperative, please hold to leave your message, or you can always call your local United office next week or go to our website at ucs.net and click Contact Us. Thank you all for participating in this year's annual meeting. God bless and good night.
So as you just heard, we're coming to the end of our annual meeting this evening. Remember, if you have a question or comment, you can leave us a voicemail at the end of this event by simply staying right here on the line, or call any United office next week. We appreciate the opportunity to speak directly with you about some of the things going on at your cooperative. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful evening.